Okay, we're doing the cabin air filters today. There's lots of US videos about how to do this. I've not seen a UK one, so learn by my mistakes. You're starting off here on the driver's side, and the first thing that you want to do after you've bought your replacement ones, they cost me 12 quid on eBay. Take the rugs out, and then they were a bit of a tight fit to get out. I've got to say, Hans or Peter or Stefan over in Bavaria did a good job of putting the air filters in. You're going to need a T25 torx removal tool, and it helps like some needle nose pliers. They were a real pain in the arse to get these out. As a hint, okay, these have a little lip on them. I didn't know about that. Had I known, that would have been much easier to get them out. And you also need to know that they've got an airflow to them, and it says it on the top and on the bottom. So when you're putting your replacement ones in, just do be aware that they need to go in, and kind of the airflow needs to be coming from the outside into the cabin. 20-minute job. The air filters come in packs of 2. They cost 12 quid off eBay. These ones looked OEM. The reason that they're grey is because they've got a layer of charcoal in, which removes any exterior smells. Yeah, so they come in packs of 2. And I have in the past bought 4 by mistake. And they have this airflow thing to them as well. Where you're starting off is that lower trim at the bottom of the dash pulls out. It's held on those 4 spring clips. That needs to come out. Torx T25 tool to take the footrest cover off. Behind this there's a polystyrene form. What I realized though is that that doesn't actually just pull off that easily. So while this bit is sped up, it's just me removing the screws. What you actually need to do is remove the trim, which is at the bottom of the dash, which sits above the pedals. You'll see it in a second when I take these out. So what you actually need to do is take that thin plastic panel which sits at the bottom of the dash. It's held in by 1 spring retainer clip on the right hand side near the door. It's got a speaker in it, and it's just a simple connector to undo the speaker. And then there's a cable that runs behind it, which is held in with these quite awkward fiddly clips to remove. So you can see it's really easy to remove the connector to the speaker. It's awkward. It's not difficult, it's just awkward. I'm rather make a meal of this because I thought, well, I wonder if I can just push that out of the way and then get the footrest thing out. It's not worth it. Okay, you might as well just take this. Yeah, don't do it. You'll only end up breaking the panel. And so then it has, as you can see there, I'm just pulling these retaining clips off. Just to the left of that speaker is where the OBD connector is, if you ever use BimmerCode or BimmerLink, you know, the diagnostic port. So that's simple enough to take out. Once that's out of the way, this just flips out. You can take that polystyrene form out, and then you're into to put it back in and taking it back out again. Then you can see where the air filter housing is. This is a real pain in the arse to get out. It was solidly pushed in. It's just at an awkward angle. So I just used some needle nose pliers and just pulled it out. It's pretty robust because it's made out of like a plastic film. That's the collapsible steering column there, that ribbed column. And there's 2 of them, obviously, and one sits below the other. And then putting it back in, it's just the reverse operation. I think I sped all this up in the end. So yeah. It's a bit like putting toast in a toaster. or crumpets in a toaster, or waffles, that would be a better analogy. So it goes in. What a pain in the arse this is. And then that one drops down to the bottom. And you can see there, this is a bit all creatures great and small. And then that one goes above it. Cow's ailing, Mr. Harriet. Yeah, that is a bit all creatures great and small, isn't it? There you go. I think you can be a bit brutal with those filters. They're squishy, you know, so they'll just fill in. Clip that back on, and then you're just putting it all back together again. That plastic form goes in there, and the footrest thing goes in there, and that trim just goes up. So it's got two clips, one by the speaker and one on the right hand side, and you can see the little blue connector there that goes into there. It's only held in lightly. I was a bit surprised at that, but then I guess it just sits with kind of an interference fit with the carpet at the back. Anyway, all worked. And then we're just putting the Torx bolts in. And you can see there in this view the way that that little piece of trim clips in. You can see the gaps where the clips just spring into. The ones on the edge slot into, yeah, so there's the 4 spring clips, and then it's got those 2 on the edge that slot in as well. That wire there is for my dash cam. Give it a crack. Now, when I was doing this, I started out on the other side because I'd watched all the US videos and thought that it was on the other side. You can see there. And then don't do what I did and take it off on the passenger side, because it's not on the passenger side. It's on the... But while you're on the other side, what you should know is that that little slot there is the remote opening for the bonnet. So if you ever lose your keys or put your keys in under the bonnet, that's the way that you pull it out. And also the fuse box is just underneath that dash trim there.